I'm joined with Malcolm Bell from Nova Pacific. Malcolm, thanks for joining us.
Steve, it's a pleasure to be here.
Let's start with a high-level overview for Nova Pacific. What can you tell us? What does our audience need to know about the company?
Yes, we have a brownfields project on Vancouver Island, just 15 kilometers west of Chemainus. This project benefits from over 58,000 meters of drilling and 2,000 feet of pre-production underground development right to the ore body. Our plan is to prove up the deposit with a 10,000 meter drill program, which will start as soon as we get a permit. We're thinking we'll get that this month. And the idea is to twin a lot of the existing drill holes, which are pretty high grade with very high gold and silver values. It's a polymetallic deposit. It was formed on the sea floor, as VMS deposits are. The game plan would be to dewater the decline and and use contract miners to mine the deposit, so it keeps our capex down. The ore would be brought to surface and then immediately run through an optical ore sorter. That ore sorter does two things. At the end of the conveyor belt, it produces two products. One is waste, which goes back into the mine underground, and then the other is direct shipping ore that's quite high grade. So by doing this program the way we've outlined it, we don't need a mill, we don't need tailings ponds, we don't need concentrators. So we don't have a capex of $100 to $200 million. We're estimating our capex to be realistically around the $10 million mark.
Sorry, I missed that. Why is it that you guys can basically just go straight to production?
Because it's already drilled off with 58,000 meters of drilling.
Yes, but like in terms of the mill, you're going to use somebody else's mill. Is that the idea?
That's right. We would ship it's direct shipping ore. We would send it to a mill for milling and concentrating. And there's a good chance we could also have an offtake agreement so that they would take the concentrate right off the property.
I see an $8 million market cap, 58,000 meters of historic drilling that costs a lot more than $8 million.
It's worth $30 million in today's value.
So and as a retail investor, those are the things I like to point to because that's something that costs money to do.
We're $30 million ahead in the game. It's $30 million of dilution we don't have to account for.
Okay, so what does the development timeline look like?
It'll take 2.5 months to drill this deposit, confirmation-wise. It'll take another 2 months for assays to come back, and we're expecting that by the end of September of this year, 2025, we would have a new mineral resource estimate, and that would be a very robust financial model. We're working with some of the top consultants in Canada who have experience with over 50 ore sorting mineral projects in the past, and we rely on them for their interpretation of how this could go, but it would produce very robust cash flow to the company, and from that cash flow we are looking to do outside drilling outside the main zone. We have 14 kilometers worth of strike. We've put that together over the last 4 months, and we have some very, very prospective targets. I should mention that the property is south of the Myra Falls deposit of Trafigura. The Myra Falls mine has produced for 40 years, and over $20 billion of metal has been produced out of that mine. It has the same grade as the Lara deposit. We're in the same geological environment as the Lara deposit. And they went into production with a 2 million ton deposit, much like the Lara, which outcrops its surface. So, and then from their cash flow, they kept exploring, and then they tagged into the HW deposit. And the HW deposit was an ore body that they mined for the next 30 years. We have exactly the same potential within our land position because in the new area that we've acquired to the northeast, there is a 200-meter wide sodium depletion zone that's 3,000 meters long. That is flanked by two distinct iron formations that have been drilled off. and it runs 25% iron. So iron formations are what they call they're exhalative iron formations. They're antecedent to massive VMS deposits, and just like those occur at the Myra Falls deposit. So Dr. Giles Peatfield in 2002 recommended that this was the best place outside of the Myra Falls mine to drill for another HW deposit.
Malcolm, last question for you. If I am an investor or I'm watching this, I'm going, okay, this sounds attractive. There's not going to be a lot of CapEx involved for you to get to production. And what does 2025 look like? What am I looking out for? What are we'll say your three main things you want to accomplish this year?
Right. One is get the drill permit. We should get that this month. We've been waiting for that. We've been in the permitting process for 9 months. Then we'll complete the 10,000 meter drill program in 2.5 months, and at the end of the year, we'll have a mineral resource estimate that will give us all the credibility that we need to go underground.
All right, well, Malcolm, I think that this is certainly an interesting story. Definitely, I love those stories where you have a lot of drilling you can point to and a path to unlocking tremendous shareholder value. So thanks for hopping on here, and let's chat once you guys get that mineral resource estimate in, and we can update our audience.
Right. We have 46 million shares outstanding. We have 24 million warrants, which we expect to exercise over the course of this upcoming drill program. That'll put 9 million in the till, and we'll be fully funded for our underground mining operation.
Amazing. Thanks, Malcolm.
Steve, great. Thanks a lot.